Kia ora, it's Rhino. Today we're going to talk about temperature. So, in temperature, we have two main ways to test the temperature. Test the temperature? That's not the right word. Measure the temperature. We use either Celsius or Fahrenheit. Now, Fahrenheit is almost exclusively used in the United States. But in order for me to have fully understood Celsius, I had to wait about 10 months of being in New Zealand, where we use Celsius. And there, finally, one day somebody said, it's 10 degrees Celsius. And I knew what that felt like. Oh, that's the difference. You have to know the feeling. So let's imagine that you're outside and it's really, really cold. It's so cold. Your hands hurt. It's so cold. And the snow starts to fall. And you're like, it's so pretty. There's so much snow. It's so cold. What's the temperature? I'd probably say -5. Maybe -10 if it's really, really cold. But if it's snowing, it has to be 0 or below. And that's in Celsius. So in Fahrenheit, snow happens at, oh gosh, 32? Is it 32? Yeah, it's 32 degrees is when snow happens. So imagine that it's 25. 25 degrees Fahrenheit is this feeling of it's really cold, but it's snowing and pretty. Now let's imagine that it is 5 degrees Celsius. You've kind of thawed off a little. You can kind of go for a bit of a brisk walk and it's nice and you're like, oh, that's not bad. It's a little chilly. You have your jacket and your hat and your scarf, but you're good. You put on the gloves. This is 5 degrees Celsius. And this is about 45 degrees Fahrenheit. So it's still cold. It is not warm. It is cold, but you're like, I got this. I got this. Now it's 10 degrees Celsius. You're walking outside, you take off your big coat, you put on the smaller coat. Maybe you have some gloves, but it's nice, it's sunny. In the shade, it's a little chilly, but it feels really good. This is about 10 degrees Celsius, and that's about 55 degrees Fahrenheit. So 55, we're like, it's chilly, but I can still go out, I can do things, especially if you're from a colder country or colder area where you're used to it. Now it's about 15 and you're like, oh, it's so nice. We should go do something. We go for a swim, maybe a little brisk, a little cold, but yeah, we'll go for the swim. That'll be really, really nice. And so you go and you're like, oh, I'm gonna swim. This is 65 degrees. So 65 is very pleasant. It may be a little bit chilly, but you could probably wear a t-shirt. You'd probably still wear pants, but you'd be good to go, no problems. Now it's 25. Oh, it's so warm. And you're like, yes, I'm just gonna bask in the sun. I'm going to lay down. I'm gonna enjoy the lawn. I'm not going anywhere. I'm gonna go swimming. We're gonna go to the beach. It's great. This is 75. This is year-round California temperature where we're just like, oh, it's warm, it's nice, it's not too hot, but it just feels comfortable. I can wear shorts and a t-shirt. We can go to the beach, but not in the water because the water is so cold in California. It's absolutely frigid. At any rate, now we're at 30. You've stopped and you've gone, it's really hot. Like, yeah, we'll go outside, but I'd rather sit or swim, cool off a little, get a drink. It's like, oh, it's getting warm. This is 80 degrees, maybe 85. And you're like, okay, now it's getting warm. Now I'm a little annoyed. Like, I need some shade. I need a nice drink with some ice in it. Now it's getting hot. And then it's 35. You're like, I don't want to go outside. It's hot. It's like, what's happening? Like, it's really, really hot. But okay, fine, we'll go to the park. But can I please sit in the shade? And so what it feels like 95, where it's just really, really warm, really, really hot. But you can still function, it's fine, it's fine. Then you get to 40 and you're just like, no. Nope, it's too much. Humidity aside, if there's humidity, you're just like, sticking and just disgusting. And then there's just like 100 degrees, 100, maybe even 105. And it's so hot, you can feel the vapors as your body sizzles in the sun. And you don't want to touch your car, and you don't want to touch the steering wheel, and you don't want to go outside, because it feels like you went outside and you were wrapped in this huge warm blanket, which is a great image if it were chilly, but it isn't. And then they tell you it's going to be 50. You're like, 50 degrees Celsius. 50 degrees, are you kidding me? 50 degrees Celsius. I can't even imagine. Then you think, okay, 50 degrees, yeah. My parents live where it gets up to 120 degrees Fahrenheit. That is when you don't go outside between noon and 3. You just stay indoors. You wake up early in the morning, you close all the windows, because at night it got cool and you let in a breeze. Now you close all the windows, you close all the curtains, you keep the sun out. It is so hot, you could fry an egg on the pavement. It is so hot, it's breaking records. It is so hot that you just need to drink water all day and pretend the sun is not there. And that's, I think, what temperature feels like. And let me know what your favorite temperature is. Ciao!